Yeah, so here's another stupid trend. There's so many of them. They're just everywhere. Okay, so I'm gonna have to use code words so that I don't get a strike. So it seems like when I say the word Zionists, but it's kind of a Zionius. It's like a 5-syllable word. I'm trying to think of a better code word. The you know who's with the big kazoos, the Zionists, Anyways, so there's this big, massive trend that also just exploded out of nowhere on BitChute. And this trend exploded about maybe, well, actually, no, it's only been about 5 months ago where it really took off, right? It's like all of a sudden it's just out of nowhere. Everybody's talking about the Zionists and how they're the evilest race in the world. And everybody needs to do something about this. Well, I mean, this is like massively low IQ, dialogue. It's so completely stupid. It's just as stupid as all the people who are saying, that white people are the evilest race in the world. It's always, anytime anyone wants to what is the word? Reduce everything to a race issue. It's always a lie. It always is. But the lies are always the most popular trending things. And this is just, how is this a real thing? That it's always the stupidest, most unbelievable, lowest IQ lie that is always the most popular and trending thing on social media. It always is. So the radical left says that white people are the evilest race in the whole world, right? And must be punished and dealt with and stuff. Well, the far right says the Zionists are the evilest race in the world and stuff, right? And so this is one of many stupid aspects of the whole reduce everything to race argument. It is like the dumbest. And but it's like, again, how is it that the stupidest things are always the ones that are big trendy things on BitChute or Rumble or Odyssey or YouTube? It's always the same. So this isn't all just like conspiracy to just poison everyone's mind with a bunch of garbage. No, these are truthers telling us this stuff. And so here's some things that we can go over. Of every country in the world, of every global power structure, like the USA is a global power structure. The USA, yeah, it's a corrupt global power structure. The USA is. China, that's a corrupt global power structure. Do we need to go down the list of every global corrupt power structure? Russia, that's another corrupt global power structure. Israel, corrupt global power structure. Like, they're all over the world. There are corrupt global power structures all over the world, and we happen to live in one if you live in the U.S., so we're one of them. The United States of America has been accused of being the evilest country in the whole world, and all the world's problems are caused by the United States of America. Okay, now that could be true, but there is no proof. There is no proof of that, right? So what can you do? I mean, it's sad that could be true. It's sad that could be possibly true. China could be. It could be China. The dragon. All right. Well, Israel is up there with them. So right now, the trend is that Israel is the one that's the evilest of all the global corrupt power structures. Israel is the evilest of them all. And we really need to everybody needs to do something about this. Okay. I mean, this story is older than fucking dirt itself. There's always some corrupt global power structure that's way more evil. The U.S. has been one of the biggest targets of that narrative. I mean, it still is with many liberals in this country. That's why they hate America. They hate America. And so they'll vote against America's best interest. I don't care. Vote however you want. Do whatever you want. It's out of my control anyways. But so yeah, it's the Zionists, don't you know? And you got they're the biggest fanatics on the internet. By far. Way worse than any religious fanatic you've ever seen. These guys are just insufferable. And so they just automatically discredit themselves constantly, you know. So even if, say, you find one, which they're rare, that is actually posing a credible argument for this about Israel being the evilest power structure in the whole world. You know, they're all totally going insane over this shit. It's fucking hilarious. So let's say you come across, which a rare occasion, you come across one that's presenting a somewhat credible argument for this, yeah, or resembling anything of a credible, relevant argument in this fucking whole thing about Israel being the evilest, the most evil, the terrible things they've done. Anyway, so you got somebody who's actually not a total fucking retard, full on JPQ tard, right? Well, the problem is all of the JPQ tards come flooding in and they just start foaming at the mouth. Ugh! They're fucking like they haven't taken a proper shit in 4 months, and you're supposed to take any of it serious. It's just I give up. Nope, it's not happening. Sorry. So even if it is the most truest thing in the whole wide world of all the truth that any truther could possibly truth in the whole truther movement of truthy truth, even if that is which they all claim it is, you can't even take any of them serious because 95% of them are just foaming at the mouth, fucking diarrhea spewing out the fucking back end of they're just fucking totally insane. They're completely. And so it's it kind of sucks that might be true because I'll never find out because it's so full of just shit. There's just fucking diarrhea and shit flying over everywhere and spewing and fucking it's just nothing but diarrhea and shit just everywhere. It's okay, fuck it. I don't even care. I don't even care if it's true that Israel is the most evilest, most corruptest power global structure that has caused all of the deaths in the whole world and they fucking genocided all these different peoples and they've done all the worstest stuff is the Israel, you know who's with their big kazoos and stuff. It just doesn't even matter anymore because we'll never find out because it's just there's so much bullshit in that whole argument. It's dumb. It's the stupidest fucking thing I've ever seen. All of them. It's by far way worse than anything I've ever seen. And it's funny that it's a trendy, popular thing. That's you can't. Could it be any more obvious that all speech and narratives are completely controlled? Everything is so controlled that it is beyond It's worse than anything anybody is saying. Like, nobody can even describe how terrible, like, all media, all communication, all fucking free speech, it's all gone. It's fucking just gone. It's just the only thing there is a big pile of black diarrhea. That's it. That's all it is. So it's crazy to even try to touch on this subject because I just won't even, I don't even listen at all. You know, and of course, like let's go back to the idea of corrupt global power structures. Yes, there are corrupt global power structures. China, the U.S., Russia, Israel. I mean, and that's the other thing that's so stupid about about this proposed argument is it treats everyone as though no one is aware that Israel is a corrupt global power structure. Like, nobody knows this. And on top of that, not only do they not know that Israel is a corrupt global power structure, but that, like, everybody is always defending. Everybody is defending Israel. Like, no, Israel is not a corrupt global. Like, I've never met anyone in my life. I'm 50 years old. I've never met anyone in my life who does not know and acknowledge that Israel is a corrupt global power structure. I've never met anybody in my life ever that's tried to say that or convince anybody of that ever. But I see all these people trying to convince me that I am unaware that Israel is a corrupt global power structure, and that I am unaware that everyone else is unaware that Israel is a corrupt global power structure. It's just the most dumb thing, dude. I can't even believe, and it's a massively trending thing all over on BitChute. And it's totally astroturfed and fake. You can tell the whole thing is completely faked. The most likely explanation is it's just ADL has completely infiltrated BitChute to try to create this illusion that everyone is just anti-Semitic, and so it justifies the existence of these fake programs like the ADL and stuff. It's all fake. You know, you have to have some large group of people reducing everything to race in order for organizations like ADL to exist, you know? And so if it's not there, well, ADL will make sure to create the illusion of one so that ADL can say, look how important the ADL is. Don't you see? We have a big problem here. Problem, reaction, solution, you mean? Anyways, so I have trouble even like attempting to touch on this subject because it's so explosive of just diarrhea and just fucking, it's so bad, man. And because I was gonna try to touch, this is the thing. The philosophy, 95% of the philosophy of the JPQ-tard is that is fight fire with fire. Like, we need to fight fire with fire. You know what a lot of it is too, is it's these people that they got all this credit, they swallowed themselves up in debt with these ridiculous credit cards and ridiculous loans with the APR fucking percentages like 50% because they just wanted to drive the coolest car in their neighborhood. And so they signed the dotted line to sign off for this shitty credit card deal where they have to pay back like 100 times what they borrowed. So only so that they could drive the coolest car in their neighborhood, you know. And now the debt collector is coming after him, and so now it's all Israel's fault. Everything is Israel's fault. That's what the majority of these people, they're just a bunch of losers, you know, that wanted to drive the coolest car on the block and impress everybody, and now their 15 minutes of fame is up, and they probably crashed their fucking car, and now they owe all this money plus all the interest and everything else because they made a very, very poor life decision, while the rest of us are just living within our means and driving our hoopty car, and he's driving around with the fancy car giving us the finger like, look how cool I am, I'm so much more successful, when really all he did was just borrow it from loan sharks. And now he owes 100% interest on the loan that he got for that car so that he could make us all feel like shit for living within our means. And now the credit man's coming for him. And so, of course, it's Israel's fault. That's all Israel's fault. Israel's to blame for his troubles, you know. And we should all understand. And we're stupid if we don't understand it. So anyways, like, what a waste of time. What a waste, dude.